right, good evening, and welcome everyone to the latest episode of the Set List of Life with the current bandmates of Dolly for Sue. Tonight we have with us Aaron on guitar.
Hello, hello.
Christine on the drums.
Hi.
Kirsten on the keyboard.
Hello.
And I'm Leslie, your vocalist for this evening. Tonight our song is Here I Go Again by Whitesnake.
Again on my own.
And I know, right?
Good song.
Go down the only road I've ever known.
just in case you don't know the song.
Just in case you're wondering if you're unfamiliar.
If you,
Aaron's laying it out for you.
complete
But-
with the duk-duk-dukas.
Yeah.
Well,
That's pretty good.
I figured it was a good song because we weren't around last week and lots of things have happened. So, here we go again with
we
all
go.
of our stuff. I will start. I did
Okay.
go to Cookie College.
That's right.
Yes, you
And I
shall.
sent you
You
guys
shall.
some photos.
Yeah,
You
I
were
thought
eyeing
you
those-
were at a fancy wedding. I'd forgotten all because you talked about Cookie College like months ago, and I completely forgot about it. I'm like, what is this?
Oh, yeah. I sent pictures of the cookie tables. There
fancy tables, fancy.
were 19,000 cookies
What?
Oh.
made by 140 different bakers. And then there were 1,400 people at Cookie College.
And you learn how to make the cookies.
Well,
what
yes,
do you do? at Cookie?
so I
'Cause
wasn't
do
sure what to
cookies.
expect. To be honest with you, what the name Cookie College led you to believe
Like
led
learning
you
how
to
to make
believe that
cookies.
you'd learn and there were demonstrations.
Really?
Yes, they did do demonstrations of different cookies and things. So there were demonstrations, but
However.
mostly it was eating cookies.
Oh,
Okay.
have baggies and collect them.
They gave you a box,
a box.
and you went through and
Yeah,
got to try
12
different cookies.
12 cookies, he said.
Yes. And then, but then like they had different people demonstrating the kind of cookie. There was a girl making lady locks, and there were the Italian peaches and these little walnut cookies and these lace cookies, like different cookies. And you could watch people make them. And there were vendors and things like that. But it was more like it wasn't so much a college as an open house.
Was it at a hotel?
Yes. Yes.
So what was your favorite cookie?
I was going to ask.
Oddly enough,
The chocolate chip?
no, well, close.
The strawberry?
It was like it was not the prettiest cookie. The prettier cookies didn't taste as good as they looked. I will say that.
That's a metaphor for
Yeah.
that.
My very favorite cookie was an orange drop cookie. It looked rather innocuous. It was just a little white drop cookie with some glaze. And you're like, this probably isn't going to be great. It was fabulous.
Oh, really?
And then there were some that I thought like, oh, this is going to be awesome. And I was like, not
Didn't
so
taste
much.
so good.
Not
All looks.
so much. All looks.
All looks.
No substance. Right.
That's right.
Christine.
So, but there were 19,000 cookies to choose from.
Wow.
So how did you walk around first before you made your choice? Did
Yeah,
they
how
give
do
you
you
a
choose?
list?
Yes.
Did you
so there was a good hour. So it was kind of funny because they had the formal cookie tables in the middle of this ballroom, right? It took up the whole middle of the ballroom. They had two separate tables. One table was showing how to that was also kind of showing you how to display your cookies. Should you need to?
That also sounds like some sort of metaphor.
Right. That's not
How to display your cookies.
Exactly.
We all could learn a little about that
Do tell me more.
Some you support, some not so much. Some just lay it on the table is quite frankly the two main ways of displaying your cookies. There are some floral arrangements involved sometimes, maybe a crystal or two, but for the most part. For the most part. So there was one table.
too. Were they cataloged and genre-ized?
So you would think so not
How are they organized? Or
So
were they?
not there, like not on the table. It was, but they afterwards they gave you kind of a booklet, which rudely someone printed off and tried to sell. Like, why does someone always have to ruin it?
Yeah.
Like they were doing it to be nice, to say this is what the cookie should look like. This is the recipe,
Oh, yeah.
and it was for the people who paid and
Yeah,
went.
yeah.
And someone tried to. They stopped her, but someone tried to
Because people are
download it and
dummies.
print it and sell it to people for a profit.
Oh, that's
Oh, that's-
crappy.
Isn't that nice?
That's
Yeah.
wonderful.
People are so nice.
Oh, it's just,
Yeah.
So, but they stopped. They found out who
She
it
was
was,
all
and they
looks
stopped
and
her.
no
Yeah,
substance.
she was all looks and no substance. But yeah. So the for about an hour or so, you kind of milled around and saw some demonstrations and, met with, there's different,
So who puts it out? Like, who makes all the cookies? Is it the cookie college itself, or are there volunteers?
Oh, it's all volunteer.
Grandmas.
And they're all just grandmas and aunts and, people who live in
Somebody's
Pittsburgh
Nana.
who make cookies
Did they have
for their.
pizzelles? My Nana always
They
made
have
pizzelles.
pizzelles. They had Lady Lucks. They had,
I've never heard of any of these cookies.
There's so many
they
good
had
Greek
Buckeyes.
cookies.
They had pecan tassies. They had, I can't
So
even.
were there more than like one variety of like the chocolate chip?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're
So there's
different people
several
with
different
different recipes. But, yeah. So it was fun. I watched people make cookies and then I ate a bunch of cookies. What's not to like?
Would you do
sounds
it
fun.
again?
No, I think I got the whole experience under my belt.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was
I
it a
think that was,
one-day thing or a whole weekend?
No, it was just like a 4-hour
okay.
thing. And like I said, it was more of an open house.
Oh, okay.
So
This looks very pretty.
yeah,
Very fancy.
you just sort of wandered around. So I did it. I think I got it.
Yeah.
I got recipes of cookies that
you
I
gonna
wanted
make
to
any?
learn. Yeah.
What are you gonna make?
I want to make the Italian peaches. I don't know. You know what I'm talking about. They're hard to describe. They're you make 2 little drop cookies and you dig out the middle, and for the peaches, you put in a peach filling and then you sandwich it back together, and then you dip it in yellow and red food coloring.
Oh, I
so
think
it
I've
kind
seen
of looks
those.
like a peach.
Oh, okay. I think I've seen those.
And you roll it in sugar,
Okay.
and then it looks like a little crystallized peach. It's very pretty.
Okay. And it tastes good.
It depends on the recipe. So I usually love the peaches. I will say I didn't like this one with peaches.
Oh, I don't.
Kind of like life.
I did not like the
I
peaches.
really didn't like her peaches. You didn't want to shake her tree.
No, I did not want to shake her tree. But I want to try it. Yeah. I want to try to make it with.
We're open to all sorts of people and things here.
We are. Absolutely
judgments.
are.
No. And I would like to do it though, but make it strawberry. Make it into a strawberry instead of a peach.
Ooh, I like that
Right?
idea.
Right.
Doesn't that sound good?
It does.
And I would actually do strawberry jam and like a Lady Lock type filling, like
What's
a
a
whipped.
Lady Lock?
It's like a creamy filling.
Okay.
A Lady Lock is like it's about as long as my finger, and it's a pastry tube that they've wound,
Okay.
and then you stuff it with like a cream.
Oh, I have
They're
no idea.
very good. But I would like to do like a strawberry cream filling, and then make it look like a strawberry.
That's
I
a great
love that
Okay,
And
well,
so when
you
I
can-
do that, I'll bring them
yeah,
in.
bring them,
Yes, you will.
please.
Yes, you will.
So,
And
and I'm going to try a couple other ones. Yeah.
I'll make some of my grandmother's cookies. Some of the Greek cookies that she used to make are really, really good.
Yeah. And these
Like
orange
baklava?
drops.
Or what? Like
No, she
the-
never made baklava. Baklava is very, she did make it, but that's very heavy. No, there were a couple of, one is basically butter. It's just butter and flour
Yeah.
and a little bit of orange juice and a little bit of whiskey, but they are so good. And there's some with powdered sugar and,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They have the
it's-
Russian tea cookies. I love Russian
I
or
like
Mexican wedding cookies,
Yeah.
which is essentially the same cookie.
Yeah, I was gonna say, aren't they kind of very
The
similar?
Russians and the Mexicans can fight over who actually owns it, but it's the same
those
damn
little
cookie.
round things that people
Right.
make at Christmas. I like those.
So, but yeah, no, it was really fun. It was interesting.
Okay.
There was probably a lot of diabetes in the room, but
Yeah.
I'm just. They're 19,000 cookies. What do you?
Yeah, that's a lot of
So
cookies.
did they all get taken?
I didn't
Did they
stay
have
to the
enough
very,
people
very
to, like-
end, but I'm sure people don't leave cookies on the table.
Wow.
No,
You don't want to leave your cookies on the
no
table.
one leaves the
Another
cookies on the
metaphor for
table.
life.
That's like metaphor after metaphor.
Yeah.
We could probably make a song out of this. If I wasn't so tired, I'd be writing it right now.
But the best part is tomorrow night, Chris and I are going to meat bingo.
Meat bingo. What?
Meat bingo.
Meat? Like
Like-
M-E-A-T?
Yeah, I was
Meat?
going to say M-E-A-T or M-E-E-T because
No, no,
I'm
no.
sitting here thinking about a meat bingo sounds like a great dating place. But
Nope, the former.
Meat.
Meat.
How, what is,
Bingo.
do you win
Yeah,
meat?
win-
you
you
mean a
win
cut
meat.
of
do you win meat?
Yes.
Where is this?
It's my friend's business. She runs it, and you guys can all come
To meat bingo?
to meat bingo if you want to come to meat bingo.
I don't
What
know.
would I even do?
kinds
What
of
kind of meat do you
I was
get?
going to say, what
I
kinds of
just-
cuts of meat
What
are
would I
we
even do with
bingoing?
this?
You
I
get
don't have a grill. Like,
Or do you like stamp the bingo with like meat? I don't
So
know.
it's at GNC Tire and Auto Service right here.
because nothing says meat and dinner like a tire place.
Right here in Chantilly.
And are we talking like pigs? Are we talking cow? Are we
I
talking?
believe it's I believe
okay,
it's
well,
cow.
different
I mean,
kinds
I'll
of
know
meat.
more after tomorrow because I've never been to meat bingo. This is not the first meat bingo that they've held.
So how much
bingo
do you
is a
pay?
big Friday
It's a $10 buy-in.
Oh, that's not that bad.
No, it's not
And
bad.
then there's like 40 chances to win. Oh, this
40
goes to
chances.
charity, by the way.
Oh, okay.
I mean, we do know that I've never won anything ever.
Yeah, you go.
But they don't,
What are you doing tomorrow
When you
night?
put your legs behind
should
your
come.
ears.
Winning some meat.
That took that.
That's
what I'm
okay, that's
doing.
skill nut chance.
That is
Another
what
metaphor
I'm
for
doing.
life. How I spend my Friday.
But you know what? Maybe that should be like, maybe it should be a dating thing called meat bingo.
Yes.
But then you are winning some meat, possibly.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
I won me some meat.
It could be a double entendre.
It sounds like a double entendre.
But my luck.
Me.
Bye.
Yeah, no. So you
Meet me
guys,
for the
everybody's
meat.
welcome. It's you come play meat bingo.
There you go.
I hope maybe I'll win a sausage.
Yeah.
If it was cookie bingo, maybe she'll win a
Dudes,
sausage.
definitely text us.
Yeah.
Pictures. We need pictures.
So I have
Check
a
out my
crazy meat
meat.
story that just reminded me.
You have a crazy meat story?
I have a crazy meat story.
Okay.
So when I was first dating my husband, I was at his house and there was this envelope and it had brown stuff all over it. And I said, "What is that?" And he's like, "It's a letter from my grandmother." And I'm like, "What's all the brown stuff all over it?" He said, "It's blood." And I was like, "What?" And he had his one of his grandmothers maybe wasn't like at her sharpest. And anyway, she decided to send him a steak from Florida. It was
In an envelope?
through the mail.
That's awesome.
And she's like, "Well, it was frozen when I mailed it."
That is awesome. But you know what's the best part?
It was
is
like this stinky, bloody. I'm sure like the postman
I was
thought
gonna
it was
say-
like a foot or something.
it actually went through the post office and
and
was
got to 'em.
delivered.
Yeah, it was delivered with brown
That was
blood all over it.
back before.
Yeah.
Yeah, before.
Back before 9/11.
Yeah, before there was as much, there's crazy things going through the mail. But anyway, yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, don't ever
Send
send
meat
send
through the
anyone
mail?
raw meat from Florida.
Well, just not in a
Just from
an
Florida.
envelope.
You
Not
can,
in an
you can
envelope.
send it from here.
Yeah,
just don't
that's
send
true.
it from
Yeah.
Florida.
Send it from Alaska or someplace cold. I don't know.
That's the key. Sending
a
cold
bad
down
idea.
to warm rather than warm up to cold.
No meat through
Or
the mail.
The key is not to send it at all. Okay,
Yeah. But anyway, that was this memorable Grandma Betty story.
that's a good one.
Yeah.
I told you how my middle school gym teacher was in that local Shop and Save commercial.
No.
No, I don't
Remember
believe so.
the commercials from the 80s where they would just do like the local commercials where they do their own kind of thing.
Right.
And they were Shop and Save was our local grocery store. And you know how they interview you, but they just show like 2 seconds of whatever you said. So they stopped her and said, "Well, so what do you like about Shop and Save?" And she said, "I like the meat." Now, whether she said it like that or not is not important because every middle schooler saw her say, "I like the meat" on local television. And
awesome.
that poor woman,
Yeah.
I'm sure she still has issues.
Right.
Because-
she still is the
Sure.
meat lady.
Yeah. I like the meat.
I like the meat. Another double
Right.
entendre.
And of course, why would they use that one? Why would
That's
they use
why they would use it because even now
Yes.
you are
Even
still
now.
talking
exactly
about
right.
it.
Right. Exactly.
That was one effective
That was
advertisement.
a
Marketing.
memorable ad. Yeah.
Genius.
Done right.
Yes. Yeah. Local, what is it? Webby. I
poor
mean,
Miss Jenkins?
Yeah. Yeah.
She just
Poor lady.
liked the meat.
She liked the meat.
She liked the meat.
Like, so where's the beef?
Yeah. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I don't have any meat stories.
no meat
No,
stories.
no meat stories,
Going around
Christine.
the table with our meat stories.
My experiences with meat have all been normal.
Normal. All right. Normal.
right.
I did have a really good burger for lunch today.
Oh, you did?
Okay.
I did. Brenda and I were together in Charlottesville and we
Oh, nice.
stopped at a bar and had burgers.
It was an NMI. normal meat interaction.
Yes. Yes. An NMI.
And an enemy.
Okay. Yeah. That's what we're
In case you
calling
need
it.
to use that in the
That's
future.
what we're calling it now.
No.
You know what it's called now.
Got it. Is that what they taught you in the
That's
NASA
what
lab?
they tell you. Yeah, that's what they. Anyway, so join me for meat bingo,
All right.
and if not,
She's
I will
really
tell you how it
trying
goes.
hard. She's pushing this meat bingo.
Yeah.
I'm going. Well, Chris and I are going. And Chris is very lucky. Chris
Can't
wins
think of,
everything.
Ice cream bingo or
I don't know. I
diamond jewelry bingo.
knowing him, I'll end up with a whole side of beef.
You will, because
So-
you guys are going to
Yeah.
win, because
Yeah.
you win everything.
yes, you're winners. You're winners.
winner,
Meat
beef dinner.
Sausage dinner.
So
Could go.
there you go. So no more meat stories. All right, then can we follow up button?
Oh, yeah.
Are you going to ask about
Which one is
Saint-
it? It's
what
been
is
a
it, Flea?
while.
It's
Okay,
blue.
hold
It's
on.
blue.
I gotta
It's
do
going to
some
have to
stuff,
change your,
and then
change your.
Oh, very good. Very good. Nice.
I feel like that needs to be more than one quack.
That makes me feel a little
All right.
so much better.
So much better.
I just feel more
She
complete.
feels
Yes.
okay, good.
Okay,
Feels
I can
finished.
sleep now.
I'm okay with that now.
I have to know. All right, who listened to St. Vincent?
I did.
I did.
I did.
It's been
You
a
all
week
listened.
and a half since I listened
Yeah,
to it.
I listened. I
but-
had to refresh my memory because I was like, I think I liked it, but I really don't
I even
remember.
looked up lyrics and everything.
Oh, really? See?
did.
So they're
Did
coming.
you like it?
Did you see they're coming to the anthem?
You sent that text just before podcast.
because I was re-listening to because I did listen to it right away, but then I forgot all about it. So
Right.
I was like, I think I liked it, but I really don't remember why.
Right.
Like it didn't stick with me. And then I was like, yeah, it was pretty good.
And the anthem's a really good venue.
That's a really cool. I mean, I would just go just to.
I'm going to be there to see Lizzie McAlpine in a few weeks. Yeah, but anyway.
It's awesome. The venue's
it is.
fantastic.
Yeah,
I love
it's a
it.
beautiful venue. It's a nice area, like lots of restaurants down there.
I liked it.
You liked it?
Enough
However-
that I wanted to like
Look
read
into
more.
it.
But then when I read the lyrics, I'm like, I'm not sure I really understand it.
Well, no, I don't understand the song.
But I did like the.
I like the
I thought it
composition
was-
of the
yeah.
of Flea.
Yeah.
The
liked
one
her,
I asked
liked
you
her
to.
voice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's got a good voice. I mean, it's nothing.
And
Yeah.
It's
you know,
Yeah.
in this day
Here's
and
a certain
age, a lot
somebody.
of the singers have very unusual voices,
Yeah.
and hers is pretty clean and clear, very nice.
Yeah.
So it's not an unusual voice, but I liked the composition of some of her music. I thought it was interesting, at least.
Yeah.
Where not a lot of things have interested me lately. What about you, Aaron? I want to know.
Yes, Aaron is the.
it's not as happy.
You didn't like
You
it?
didn't like it?
How do I put this? Delicately. No. I thought it was cool that the track that you had recommended, Flea,
Oh yeah.
Dave Grohl
Dave
played
Grohl was
the
the drummer,
drums.
right?
Oh, wow.
So yeah, naturally, because as soon as I heard it, I was like, something sounds familiar. This is, what's going on? And then I started reading the comments and it was like, oh, Dave Grohl played the drums. So yeah, I mean, that track was very cool. And then I did go down the rabbit hole of listening to more. As you had mentioned previously, before this latest release, and she just released this like 3 weeks ago or something like that.
It's pretty new.
So the previous albums have all been kind of electronica,
And I didn't enjoy that.
and kind of basic.
Yes.
And that for me is kind of where I left it.
Right.
Because it just, for me, it's not that I don't like it. It just is not enough to pull me in because it does get rather repetitive.
I
Yeah.
completely agree with that. I didn't like anything really of hers previous to this album. This album was a mix. There was some of that electronica stuff, and I'd be like, okay, fast forward, boop,
Yeah.
But there were a couple of songs, maybe 3, that I was like, oh, this is good. I like this.
Yeah.
I hope she does more of this.
Yeah. And the other part of it was the lyrics and trying to follow along with the
Yeah.
lyrics. There's I don't know, for me, a quality, and I get it. I mean, there's some bands out there, contemporary bands that I like and enjoy. But if I can't really get what your message is about,
I agree.
then it's kind of like, oh, okay. I just didn't pull me in the way I wanted to
Yeah.
be pulled
No, I
in.
gotcha.
So, but I enjoy the sound of it. It was a good song.
Yeah.
But
I hope she does more stuff, or they. I don't know if did anybody figure out if St. Vincent is her name
no
or
idea.
the name of the group.
I think it's the name of the group.
Okay.
But I think the group is only like her and one other, I think a guy who plays the drums.
Oh,
So
then
who
why was
knows?
Dave Grohl playing the drums?
Because he's Dave Grohl.
She's thinking about a meat over here.
I was thinking, because I didn't know
Will
if
he
it was.
be at Meat Bingo?
Dave,
I didn't know if it was
meet
the
me.
girl on the synthesizer that was with her, or maybe I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know.
But
I didn't go that far down the rabbit hole.
Well, we could go to the anthem and find out.
true.
September?
But I would hate to be that's September. Yeah.
September.
September is
It's a long time for me to plan. I
Yeah,
can't even think of what I'm doing
free in
tomorrow.
I was gonna say, let's
September.
worry about
I
this
think
week.
I'm
So-
free in September.
So I thought that I had tickets to Taylor Swift earlier
What?
today, but I don't.
How did you think you had
Wait.
tickets to
my
Taylor Swift?
my friend knew a guy who knew a guy. He's like, oh, my friend is selling them on Facebook, and she's like, hey. She texted me and she's like, do you want to go see Taylor Swift in Indianapolis on November 2nd? And I said, yeah. So I sent her, Venmoed her $500 and she PayPal'd this guy.
Oh, God.
no. Is it a scam?
They're
Yeah.
all scams.
So she's, and then,
Bryn thought she had Olivia Rodrigo tickets, and then I'm like, do not send that to that person. You don't know that person. You don't.
No.
Yeah.
They're
yeah,
all
well,
over,
she
especially Facebook
she
Marketplace.
thought, because her friend, he's like, oh, I know that guy. And so anyway,
Did he really know the guy?
he really did know that guy.
But
I
that
think-
guy wasn't
but
the
that
guy he
wasn't
knew.
the guy.
Because
Yeah.
that's what they do. They pretend they're somebody else.
Yeah, that's what I think. And so anyway,
I'm surprised that her PayPal didn't
Yes.
give her, because that's what happened to Bryn, and it gave her a this doesn't seem right.
Oh, really?
Mhm, because the person said that they were like a kinesiology student at UVA, and they looked like they were a friend of hers, and they weren't. Because
Oh,
then
okay.
as she delved a little further, then there was this story about I live with my stepfather, and that's why the name that you have to send it to. And I'm like, absolutely not.
Oh.
You are not sending that money to anybody.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that happened to Ava too. With the but the person hers was more like $80, not $500. But before she agreed to send money, she looked this person up, and it was a real.
Right.
They-
Well,
they're-
that's
it's
they're
someone pretending to be a real person.
That's
Yeah.
what's
And
happened to
so the
Bryn, yeah.
credentials are there. And I was like, you know what? If it was someone that was on Penn State campus, then say, hey, meet me at the hub.
And
that-
that's what I had her do. And
That's
then
it.
and then
That's
it became
exactly it.
And then
Right.
it became
Yeah.
Do
but I
not
can't.
let any money go anywhere. You know what? I'll pay you when I
Yeah.
see you in person.
Right.
But PayPal or Venmo
So-
should both of those should generally flag it.
So I don't know if it. So yeah, I didn't know. She just said, "Oh, my friend knows a guy who's selling these." So I just
Yeah.
and I just text her, sent her my money, but not really. I should have asked more questions, but But anyway, she thinks she's getting it back through her credit card.
Good.
So
I hope she does. That
yeah.
stinks.
No tay for you.
I know, but I was so excited, and I was going to text you all, and then I was like, well, I decided to wait, so I had something to talk about at podcast because I haven't been very interesting lately. And
You were always interested.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd go that far.
Your dog stories are great.
Yeah.
I feel like I've been in a slump, but
It's all right. I don't ever have a
Go
story.
to Meet Bingo and maybe you'll have a story.
Yeah.
Sure,
Anyway.
Aaron, you don't really share. There's never a story time with Aaron, really.
No.
no,
Go get a life, Aaron.
Every now
bringing
and
us
then.
down.
he's just
Womp
a plant
womp.
expert.
No, that's not true. You told us about your
It's okay.
cruise.
I don't know.
Yes.
It's all right. I don't need to.
Yeah,
No, I know you purposely don't share.
yeah. Aaron's like,
He's like, I'm not.
It's
I'm not
jokes
laying
on
it all
all
out.
you guys.
Like these
I had
crazy
you all set
people.
up
Like,
and your lives are all out there.
it's like Charlie and we're the angels.
I've shared enough.
Nobody can find me.
I can tell you right now, I thoroughly understand why I've had stalkers in my life because I just tell
Share.
everybody
Yeah,
everything.
yeah.
Right.
Me
There's
too.
not a lot of keeping it under the.
Me
Under
too.
the hood.
No.
Under the- yeah.
So anyway, I'm sorry you got scammed though, but it
Yeah, so-
happens all the time.
Yeah, it
like
does.
Yeah. So,
It does.
but
And
oh,
it's
but
that
she.
same
So my
exact story.
friend though, she was pissed, and she's like, she reported him. Like she reported the guy to everything she could. She emailed the local police department where he lived.
Right.
She's like, I.
Well,
Better
did she
Business-
find out who the guy really was? Because that's the problem. Because they're pretending to
Yeah,
be somebody
so
they're not.
I don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
So I don't know. Like I
Hijack
didn't
the
ask
account.
too many questions, and she was having a really busy week, so I only got two 5-minute conversations. Just basically, the first one was like, "Okay, I got him," but hold off. Oh, so she was trying to buy 4. it was for, she offered me one and then her sister and her niece. And her sister was like at a graduation or something. She didn't respond right away because she's like, okay, you know, if you want them, like,
Right.
we need to get them now. And I'm like, yeah, I'm in. So I sent her the money, you know, and her sister was busy. So her sister didn't send them. And she's like, I'm not going to send $2,000. She's like,
Right.
So, so she bought our tickets and she's like, and the guy's like, well, you said you were getting 4. And she's like, well, you know, they haven't, I sent you the money for these 2. And he was trying to say, oh, you can't split them. And she's like, well, yeah, you can. Like, I looked on Ticketmaster, it says you can split them.
Right.
And so then she felt like he was kind of like extorting her. Like, I'm not sending you them until you send me the rest of the money.
Well, he was extorting.
Well, he was.
And
yes.
that's why you have to go straight through Ticketmaster.
Right.
too. You
Right.
don't-
Yeah. And then, as she said, then it sounded like 2 different people because in the second text, the first ones were really good grammar and were well written. And the second one was like this threatening lunatic, you know, rambling.
People.
I know people.
What's
suck.
wrong?
I know, because I really wanted to go.
Scamming is out of control right now.
It is. And then I know Bryn felt stupid. And I'm like, don't feel stupid. That's
Yeah.
not on you.
No, it happens. So
you
many people it
looked
happens
the person
to.
up and it seemed like it was that
Right.
person and
Well,
it wasn't that person.
And she asked her friend, like her friend that she knows, and he's like, yeah, I used to work with that guy.
yeah, but that
Yeah,
guy
but
is
that
not
guy
the
wasn't
guy
the guy.
who did it.
Yeah.
So if she was reporting that guy too, she's probably really
Yeah.
Poor
So,
guy.
but I guess her friend was
His
texting the
reputation.
guy and saying, hey, my friend's really mad. You need to send the tickets. And so
And
I don't.
the guy was probably like,
Like,
what
I
the
don't
hell are you
even know
talking
what you're
about?
talking about.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I don't know. But anyway, so it was quite exciting. And I just said before Mother's Day, I'm like, I really would like to go to the Eras tour. And then
Yeah,
it seemed a little too good to be true because it was.
because it was.
Yeah.
I mean,
that was my excitement and then non-excitement
And
for the week.
excitement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if we find a local concert that we can actually buy real tickets to.
Well, not local, but how timely is it that the Eagles are
Oh,
in
and that's-
residence at the Sphere?
Yeah,
right.
we could do that.
Right? We just did our Eagles episode.
Yes.
They were like, you know what? Those guys, they're right. Dolly for Sue's right on the pulse
I know,
of
the
music.
pulse of-
We're
yeah.
putting the Eagles right back
were
in the
listening.
Sphere.
Exactly.
and they're going to sing Desperado over and over and over again because that's the only song Christine really likes. She's
No,
going
that'll
to get
be
up
cool.
and go over to the Venetian during the or wherever it is. It's in Vegas.
Yeah,
It's in Vegas, yeah.
I'll go over somewhere
So
else.
when I went, I said I'd be one and done, but I would go for like a big concert.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really
Chris
would.
was just there this past weekend.
Oh yeah. For what?
A convention
Oh, okay.
thing for work. But
Did he do anything cool? See any shows?
he didn't see any shows. No, they kind of, for those, like, it was like an inter-office type thing. So they provide the entertainment for you. Like it's very scripted.
Comedians and things
Yeah,
like that.
it's very scripted where they have their dinner and what they do and blah, blah, blah. But he did see the Sphere from afar. He sent me a picture.
Oh yeah.
It looks very cool.
It is cool. Yeah.
One of my
We've seen
was
it
it
from
you
afar.
too? One of my friends saw like
Yeah, that
My cousin
She
saw
lives
you
out there,
too.
but-
yeah.
everybody
And it's
that's
like,
that's
said it was amazing.
says it. Yeah, it's absolutely amazing to see the concert and that sort of immersive situation. I don't know. I'm
Yeah, I think when I was there in before Christmas, like you could go see the Sphere for like $75, but that was just to tour it. I'm like,
right.
like I'll wait until I can go
Yeah.
to a concert. I'm like, I don't need that for $75. I do it
but
for
you
like
could
20.
sing yourself and then you could hear yourself sing.
In the name of love. Yeah, that would be. It's just
Or you could wait
practically
till the
like
Eagles get
YouTube.
there.
I don't know
Yeah,
about you guys,
yeah.
but I thought Bono was in the room for like a half a second, right?
Yeah, right. Pretty good, huh?
Anyway,
Yeah.
You know, we did you too. We made it our own.
We
right.
did, yeah.
Actually, that was one of our best songs.
That was a good song.
We
I
did
like
a good
that
job
one.
with that one.
And even without the horns.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we made it work.
We made it work. Or at least we thought we made it work.
I liked
As if
it.
we really made it work.
We did make it work.
We did. It was amazing.
We had a few songs. That was one of them. That was
Yeah, that was
really-
one of them. It was
yeah.
really good.
Yeah.
I did like that one.
And the live song, I Alone.
Alone.
I thought
Oh.
we did that one well.
did do that
I
one
liked
well.
that one.
We did. And we did the Grace Potter song very well.
Paris.
Paris.
Oh, speaking of bands. So Dogwood's looking to rename themselves already after
Oh.
2 gigs.
Already?
Really?
Already, yeah.
What to what?
We don't.
Mr.
Mr.
Thompson.
Thompson?
No, they hate that. And I'm like, dude, that is the best
It's
band name
raining
ever.
for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did offer up Dutch Taco, and they looked at me like I had 3 heads.
Demons of woe.
And I offered up Demons
Yeah.
of Woe. They like that better than Dutch Taco.
I would say
Good,
finally
maybe they'll
someone-
take it and then we don't have to
finally, and then
ever
we'll
worry
never
about
have
it
to
again.
discuss it again. Sorry,
Why do
it's
they
been
not like
taken.
dogwood? I kind of like dogwood.
I don't know. I don't know what the
So it
sudden
sounds like the
shift.
name of a
Well, they
beer.
got 2 new, the 2 new people, so maybe they thought they'd
Right.
Oh, change it up because
change it up a little bit. Now I thought of one, and again, they looked at me like I was crazy. And I was like, because I was thinking, okay, you guys are kids. You're like, you're still in elementary school. Like, what does every elementary school kid know? The playground, right? So I said, you guys should be the Jungle Gyms, but JIMS. And they were like, what is wrong with you?
Yeah,
They
that-
probably don't even know what a jungle gym
That
is.
one's
Do they
bad.
still use that word? That
Yeah,
seems
the
kind of
Jungle Gyms. Come on.
Did they still say jungle gym though? Like we called it the jungle gym.
What else would they call it?
I
The
don't know.
playground?
The playground. I feel
Well,
like
no, but the actual
they're not
thing.
like-
is-
They're not
They
like
don't have one of those
monkey
thingies
bars.
Oh, we
anymore,
do.
do they?
Yeah.
you?
like monkey bars.
We still have jungle gyms and monkey bars.
Huh.
Well, Chris offered the monkey balls, but they were like, yeah, really a hard no on that one. Yeah.
Yeah, right. No, I don't
Monkey
blame them.
balls.
The monkey
Mm.
balls.
Monkey balls.
God bless.
Let me think about that.
Maybe not.
Balls of the monkey.
Well, I mean, it's memorable. It's memorable.
It
Yeah,
is.
interesting. Okay.
Okay.
Do you have your Chat GPT on your phone?
I
Aaron?
do.
Ask,
So
ask them.
ask them what?
Ask
Band
them
names. Band names.
for band names for a
12-year-old.
6-year-old.
I'm
My
gonna
kid is-
bet that Jungle Gyms does not come up. Unless, of course, the phone was listening to you, in which case
Oh,
will
it
come
might.
Our phones are always listening to us.
up. Yes, I know. This
And if
we've
it comes up with
discovered.
jungle gyms, I'm going to consider myself a genius.
So I haven't talked to you guys about this yet.
Oh no,
What's
you
that?
started. That's right.
What is that? What is it? What is?
You forgot to tell us about it last time.
Like you have something exciting to share or a question about a previous
So, hey,
conversation. Could you give me a bit
ChatGPT?
more context or clarify what you're
ChatGPT.
referring
She's
to?
talking a lot.
Shh, like a kid.
I need some band names
Got
for.
it. Are you referring
I
to
need
someone
hey,
specific?
hey.
She's not listening. She is not listening.
I need band
It's
names
fighting.
for a 12-year-old
Rock band.
rock band. I need suggestions. Do you have any suggestions for me?
I love that she's not working.
She's like, you yelled at me.
Yeah, she's sensitive.
I'm not giving you
She
no
is
band names.
sensitive.
She's not speaking to you anymore.
She's mad because you interrupted her.
Sure.
Lo-
I
Oh.
can help with band name suggestions.
Okay.
Here are a few 12-year-old rock band: the Thunderbolts, Sonic Boom, the Electric Knights, Rockin' Rebels, the Young Rockers, Wildfire, the Sonic Youths, Firestorm, the Dynamic Sound, the Lightning Strikes. Does any of these sound good?
no, no, I hate them all.
I thought Sonic Youth was a band.
Yeah.
Sonic
yeah.
Youth was a band.
I was gonna say
And no lightning.
So what
Thunderbolts.
direction would you want it to go in?
Cool.
Something cooler than
something cooler
The
than
Thunderbolts.
Sonic
Thunderbolt.
Boom.
That sounds like a mascot for a school.
or a
That's not a band name.
or a
I don't know what-
70s cartoon.
What could we? What kind of
Saturday
clues
morning
could we give
cartoon.
her? It needs to be. I don't know, like clever.
Just clever, band names. How about
Sophisticated.
clever?
Yeah.
I mean,
Smart.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. There was a lot of thunder and lightning.
We're yeah,
Thunder.
I'm looking for band
like
names
thunder
for
and
12-year-old
lightning.
band that's clever and something that's got a little bit of an edge to it.
Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Got it.
Let's brainstorm a clever and edgy band name for a 12-year-old's cartoon band. How about something
Cartoon.
like Electric Thunder or Neon Storm? They both have a cool vibe and a bit of an edge. What do you think?
No.
No
Hit it,
thunder.
hit it.
How
Hey.
about let's steer away from things like thunder and lightning and
He's
stuff like
talking
that.
to her
Let's
like
let's
it's like
get
a
some
person.
interesting names in there.
Sure thing. How about Powerhouse or Mystic Waves? Those have a unique edge without the thunder and lightning theme.
Mystic
like
waves.
No nature.
Or should we keep brainstorming?
Keep brainstorming.
Keep brainstorming, but let's not bring nature into this.
or weather.
Got it. Let's try something different then. How about Cyber Sparks, Galactic Groove, or the Neon Rebellion? These names have a few.
I like the
Neon Rebellion.
I
What
like
do
the
you think?
Neon Rebellion.
That was the first one that was relatively.
I like
Like
Neon
those.
Rebellion. That's pretty all right.
Great to hear that you like Neon Rebellion. It's got a cool and edgy vibe that would fit well for a band. Is there anything else you'd like to brainstorm or chat about?
Nope, go away.
I
I
do.
was going to say you were being really nice to her, and then that was
I know. It's like his best friend, and he just ghosted her.
So we'll talk about this more, but go.
No. We can talk about that now.
So,
I got Neon Rebellion. Now I'm set.
all right.
Yeah, there you go.
We're done.
I mean, that one's okay.
Did her
but
job.
She did her job.
All right.
Took her a minute.
I would want a few other extra ones to
I
ask
know.
them because they're going to
Yeah.
know that one. So you should throw others first. So say the Cosmic Sparks and the Thunderbolts, and
Yeah.
how about Neon Rebellion? And then like that one will sound better
Right.
after
True.
the other
Right,
few.
yeah. Throw out some lame ones
Honestly,
first.
I'll be honest. I think anything that comes out of my mouth, they're going to be
Right.
like, nah.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
drop some hints here and there without like
Yeah, I know.
the word rebellion. That's the catch.
Yeah.
Rebellion is good.
That's the catch.
Was there ever a band named Wonderkind?
don't know.
Wonderkind.
Not that I know of. There's
You know what a Wonderkind is, right? Like
Wonderkind.
Like
Mm.
WUND.
WUNDERKIND. It's a child that's very successful at an early age at something that they do.
Isn't that also like a brand of chocolate in
No,
Germany?
that's like the
Wunderkind.
Wunderkind.
Yeah.
Wunderkind.
No, but
Yeah.
it's if you look it up. So I was like, oh, Wonderkind's kind of a cool name. But again, they were like,
Yeah,
no,
they'll hate it.
they'll hate it.
Yeah,
No.
I like it, but they'll hate it.
Anyway.
I did not know that.
You should
term.
like leave a piece of paper with the word Neon Rebellion out so that he sees it, but then then it disappears, and then
Yeah.
he thinks he came up with the name because it
Right.
subliminally was put in there.
subliminally. Yeah,
poor kid. The poor kid tonight. Chris and I were just yelling stupid band names at him, and he was like, "Stop it!" We're just
Yeah.
What did you come up with?
Well, monkey balls.
monkey balls.
Okay.
I don't even remember.
Yeah.
At one point, it just got like ridiculous. We were just,
Right.
Yeah,
you know,
just flooding him
just
with
at
flooding
that
the
point,
zone.
it was the point of irritating was more
Right.
important than an actual band name.
yeah.
What are their names? Do their initials spell anything?
JJ.
No.
Jungle Jim, JJ.
Well, see, and that's the thing. I was like,
oh, geez, because
his name is James. Jungle Gem, because his name is James. The Jungle Gems. I'm telling you, it's
Okay.
better than you think initially.
Yeah.
Like I
That's
wasn't
true.
thinking about because I think of him as JJ. I
Right,
wasn't
but his
thinking
name
of
is
James.
James.
And when you said Jim, I was
Or-
thinking, well, are they all Jims? But okay,
He's
he
yes.
is a Jim.
And I did overhear. It was actually kind of cute. That they were discussing the names in the basement the other day, like how they were going to change their name, and the one kid wanted Seed of the Stem, and Chris is like, "Well, that's not phallic, or anyway, but
Yeah.
What does he know?
But anyway, and all these kids
Hard
are
no.
fighting, and the one kid goes, "Well, JJ gets to pick because he's the leader," and they're like, "Yeah, JJ's the leader." And the one kid goes, "Well, why is JJ the leader?" And he said, "Well, not simply because they practice in JJ's basement with all of JJ's equipment."
Call it JJ's basement.
This is true.
That's not
Well,
bad.
I gave them downstairs dogs. They kind of
Oh,
like downstairs
I like
dogs.
that too.
That
They
was
kinda
awesome.
like-
Both
Yeah.
of those are good.
They
Yeah.
did kind of like downstairs
Both
dogs.
of those are good. JJ's basement's also good.
Yeah.
I like both of those.
But anyway,
Look at us coming up
I
with
know.
names.
But the
like
kid's
'em.
like,
not
everybody
me.
said JJ totally carried the performance.
Oh, really?
Just listening to the conversation, it was very cute. But anyway, they
That's
were
the
funny.
leader.
But yeah, there's a couple of good ones. I
Yeah,
just,
well,
you know,
maybe you throw them out sort of subliminally, like it wasn't like you're not let it be their idea.
right. I do like the Neon Rebellion though.
I do, yeah.
It sounds more punk,
It does kind of.
but anyway.
It's edgier.
So tell us about this little chat GPT you were discussing. You were talking to like it was
Like a normal person.
like a normal person.
yeah, you were a little too nice to it. It was a
Yeah.
little weird.
Well, okay. So last week was a huge week in AI, like big time.
How so?
So ChatGPT and Google have released their talking assistant.
And you have it?
That's what that was.
That's
Is
what,
that free? Is
it's
it an
free
app?
for everybody.
And how do you get it? You download an app?
You just download it. Yep.
So how is this different
what's
than
it called?
Siri?
Because, well, you can interrupt this, and the voice is now more realistic.
It was
has,
Yeah, I had that. I have a picture of what that woman looks like.
Yes.
it has an emotion behind it, and it responds more like a human than it ever has.
Yeah, I don't like
instead
this. This is not a good thing. We think this is a good thing.
Now so every computer has a CPU and a GPU. Now computers are having onboard AI chips. So now that you no longer have to send it to the cloud to get your information from a large language model, then brought back to your phone. It is all going to be onboard computers and in phones. So it all happens natively, which means your information is not being shared now. It's all on your phone or on your laptop. And that's all happening now. So all the computers that are coming out in the fall are going to have all of that in it installed already. So like, think about like when we had our Microsoft computers and they had that little paper clip that came off to the side.
Yeah.
That is going to be the new AI. In July or June or late, I don't remember when it is, but Apple's coming out with their keynote. And they're going to announce the new Siri. So everybody's going to get a totally new Siri, which is going to be very much like this in terms of it's an assistant, and it's not like there are already people who are making girlfriend and boyfriends out of these things. Like they're making these avatars that they speak to and they talk to. And we already had this conversation multiple weeks ago about how they're creating these avatars that are perfect for them. And I'm wondering, like,
That's weird.
Boyfriends and girlfriends and relationships going into the computer or into the future are going to be a little bit different because
Right.
Like I prefer
this
my
is
phone.
perfect for me.
And someone
Right.
in
I
short,
won't actually date a human. I
Right.
just
well, someone
this
in
thing
short
going on with
order
my
will
phone.
build a body for that.
Well, okay,
Yeah.
so the next part of
Right.
this discussion
Yeah.
doesn't actually have to be human.
is
I
a
want
couple
off
weeks
of this
ago.
crazy train.
I know.
No stopping it. There's no
I know,
stopping.
but I want off.
It's just-
And
it's
a
kinda
couple weeks
creepy.
ago, I sent you guys, currently there are, I think it's 10. There are 10 different companies who have models of robots that are available for you to purchase right now. By the year, I think it's 2030, they plan to have 1.5 million units worldwide. So they are going to be in our homes.
Right. So this
with
doesn't
this
scare
talking-
people. Like, is there like why?
Just telling you. I'm just saying that's the way it's moving.
Frightening. For what it's worth, I don't even have Siri on my phone. I don't talk
No.
to her. I don't
Siri-
have an Alexa. I
Siri
don't have any of
gets
that
everything
stuff.
wrong. I'm
She
always
does.
like swearing at her. I'm like, Siri, no, Siri, damn it, Siri, turn off the
It's all
turn
going
off the volume.
It is all going to
Yeah.
change.
But
It
see,
is
and the
completely
difference I
different now.
noticed with that, so I'm the same way. I don't have an Alexa. I don't have any of that stuff. I do use Siri like in the car, like I'll ask her to bring up a song or like that sort of thing.
I
Nothing.
don't.
Right.
But every now and then I'll be like, I'll have a question and I can't get my answer immediately like I like to because I'm driving.
Yeah.
So I'll ask Siri. And what Siri says in the car is, I can't show you that information while you're driving because what Siri does is Siri brings up a list of things.
Oh,
That thing that you just did
we'll just talk.
just talked back to you.
Yes.
That
and we'll
was
have
the
a
major
conversation
difference. Yes.
for hours with
Yes.
you. Yes.
That's kind of weird.
Yes. Yes.
And
I don't know how I
icky.
feel about that.
It's very icky.
It is kind of icky.
It's icky.
To the us older generations, yes. To the younger, they're eating this up big time. It's going to change the future. It is completely going to change the future, and probably the next generation.
So we're going to stop using our brains and thinking for ourselves.
you know what?
and-
I'm not even so much worried about not using the brains is feeding into the narcissism.
Exactly. I want a
Because-
person that responds exactly how I want them
Right.
to
I mean, the
respond.
kids like Siri because it's like having your personal assistant, even though she's
Yeah.
completely flawed.
Yeah.
But like that was the whole cool thing about, she's your personal assistant. Like I'm that important. I need a personal assistant. Like having one that actually talks like a person.
in the
actual
way that I want my
person.
person to talk.
Right. And it just
That's-
feeds into the narcissism.
So the other part of that is
Yeah, I
that
agree.
it uses your phone or your camera now. So now it can actually see
what you say.
real time.
Oh, wow.
So
That's so weird.
okay, so wait. The
Christy is
cool
making a
thing about
face.
this, and I will point out the positives. the one case scenario that they showed was a blind person was walking around Italy or whatnot like that and saying, tell me what you see.
Oh, well, that's cool.
So he was holding his phone like this, and then he was walking around all the different Colosseum, whatnot like that. And it would describe to him exactly what was going on in front of him.
Or he could maybe make a friend and get somebody to come with him and do the same thing and actually have an interpersonal connection.
Okay.
With a
all right.
real
Christine
And the
has a
other
point.
part of
breathing
this,
person.
so another good thing is it was a father and son, and they were working on math. They were working on some equation or whatnot like that. And the phone was above them, and it said, walk me through this equation, and don't give me the answer, but walk me through it to get to the answer. And it did. It went through the entire thing and walked him through like an actual human being would discuss this equation. Do you see this? And then do you see how this happens? And yeah, absolutely. Okay. So now, and it walked him through the whole thing, and it wasn't robotic at all. It was very much like, holy cow, that just happened. Wow.
Right.
Right, exactly.
That's-
So we're
that's actually
replacing
cool.
people.
Yes, absolutely.
Well,
we
that's
are.
frightening.
Sorry.
Frightening.
It is where the future is going.
You, like what you were,
But
to
you have a
tag
free
onto what you
tutor.
were saying when you're talking about like people like having boyfriends and girlfriends out of all of this, then they're going to expect you're never going to be happy with a real person.
Right.
Because no real person can live up to whatever
Your
perfect thing you
artificial-
want to make.
Yeah.
And that's really sad. It's like all of the airbrushing and stuff that goes on, right?
Yeah.
And these young girls who think they have to look like what actually these people don't actually look like.
Right.
They don't
It's
actually
that same
exist.
thing, right? Like that's frightening to me. Them and the pressure then to be perfect because Johnny thinks I need to be like his Siri.
His phone.
I
Yeah.
hear what you're saying. I
Mm.
think I agree, but me being the person that I am and the way that I think about things, I'm not really thinking about this in terms of the short term 5, 10, 15 years, even 20 years. I really think about this more as a 50-year type of thing where we're not thinking relationships, and we as a society, as a global society, have moved well beyond all of that in terms of how we interact with. Yes, there's going to be a period of where we have to go through society learning how to cope with this new AI and relationships and our relationship with computers, and also understanding the relationship between human beings. And us going through that's a learning lesson that our society is going to have to learn how to understand the value behind a relationship, a person to person. And we're going through that kind of now,
Yeah,
But
we
here's
are.
the thing, though.
but at a very small scale.
We
I
have
think we have a big hill to get over before we get to the
I don't think we're going to make it 50 years if
But
this
here's
is
the
what you're
thing.
saying. I think.
No,
we
I-
have the benefit of having lived without it.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't worry about us as a group.
No,
But
we have the
our
benefit,
kids-
but you worry about the kids who have never
Yeah.
lived without it.
And,
And you-
don't have those.
You look at the number, the percentage of kids who are depressed, who are
I know, but that's all
dealing
going to
with
change.
mental-
It's all going to.
Why?
It's
Again,
not gonna get
the
better.
same. It's the same thing when the television came out, and all those parents were like, "That is going to rot everybody's brain,
Well, it
and
did.
our society is going to end up absolutely nowhere because that thing in a box."
And it did.
And
It did.
But-
and look at us.
again,
us.
but it didn't. So, I mean, we turned out fine, and many other millions of people turned out fine as well.
But think of all the
if
you
violence
just didn't follow-
and
Yes.
the stuff that we become numb to because you see it on the
Yeah.
it's fed to you.
and all of the studies that are.
No, and I get that, and I agree with that. I'm not
I
saying
know you do. I know you do. I don't think we're completely at odds. You're just not as frightened of it as I am.
I don't see a reason to be frightened. That's not going to do anything.
I don't know.
The only way that you can combat any of this is to be on top of it.
And I see your point in that of understanding. It's understanding your enemy.
I want to make sure that I know what's going out for my children. And when I'm older, I don't want to be I don't want to be one of these grandparents like, yeah, just show me how to press this phone click. And I don't know. I don't want to be that guy. I want to know.
I'm okay with being that person.
Yeah, I don't. I want to make sure that I am on top of this as much as possible so I know what's going on.
I mean, I have 3 TVs in my house and I can only turn on one.
So that's all you need.
Which, by the way, I'm going to change the subject. June 13th.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Tell
So
everybody what's coming. Tell
Yes.
everybody's coming.
So I don't know how I saw this, but it came across
It's so
my
cool.
YouTube feed. But what is it called?
Brats.
Brats.
So I have
The
his
Brat
book
Pack.
because he wrote a book.
It was
Yeah,
Andrew
yeah.
I have
McCarthy
his
wrote it.
book. Yeah.
Oh, so that's what it's based off of?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's about the Brat Pack from the 80s. It's a docu-series,
Yeah.
right?
It's
Yeah.
a series. Oh, it's not. I thought it was a
Is
movie.
it a one-time thing or is it a series?
I thought it was a one-time thing.
It
Oh,
seemed
so
like
it's
it
a
was a one-time
documentary.
thing.
Okay.
It did seem like it was a
Yeah,
one-time
it'd be
Yeah.
great if it was a documentary, but I think it's a one-time thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was all
He's
of
my
the.
favorite.
Rob Lowe is my favorite.
Yeah, I used to like him,
Yeah.
but Andrew McCarthy's my favorite.
Yeah.
Always has been. As I said in our little text,
Yeah.
I think I'm the only person in America or anywhere who has seen Fresh Horses.
No,
But I
I've seen
did.
Fresh
Did you?
Horses. Yeah.
And I cried and I cried. It was with him and Molly Ringwald.
I remember the title, but I don't recall seeing it.
But I'm
Or-
so
or I just
excited
don't
to see
remember.
this
It
documentary.
looks so good. And
Ah.
it's got Ali Sheedy and Demi Moore and
It has them all.
all of them. Molly
Yeah.
Ringwald
Yeah.
and
Looked
Jed
was
Nelson.
that Emilio
and
Estevez?
Emilio
Who was the one
Estevez.
in
I wonder if it's James Spader.
Oh my God, I was in love with him too.
Oh, yeah,
James
Oh my
Spader.
God,
Everyone
was
loved
I in love
James
with him. And then he became really weird.
Well, who was in Some Kind of Wonderful? Who was the blonde girl?
Oh, yeah, Mary Catherine. Mary
Mary Stuart Masterson.
Masterson.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mary Stuart Masterson. I couldn't think of I was picturing
Yeah,
her
she
and
was
the
a
name
cutie.
just wasn't coming.
Elizabeth Shue.
Elizabeth
in a lot of movies
Shue.
back
Yeah.
then, and Ralph Macchio.
I just watched Adventures in Babysitting.
Oh, he did?
I've never seen it.
It is such a good movie. No, like totally
Yeah,
serious.
it might be.
You need to watch it.
Yeah,
Like
okay.
it's a good
Try.
it's a good kid movie too. Like something you can watch with your kids and not feel uncomfortable.
Oh.
You know,
You should see what I watch with Eliza.
But I
I'm,
mean-
I'm past worrying about being
but
uncomfortable.
I mean, it's not like Saltburn. It's,
Oh,
you know,
Yeah.
but it's a really actually very entertaining movie. It's a good
I
movie.
haven't seen it in so long.
I know. I
Yeah,
hadn't seen
I
it in
kinda
forever.
forgotten.
And it was on TV for some reason. And I was like,
I've seen bits and pieces. but
I was
never
like
watched
folding
all
laundry or
of it.
something. I was like, oh, I'll too. Great movie. It really was. And Elizabeth Shue was
She was cute.
beautiful.
Mhm.
She really was like there's some people that the camera just works for them. She was just one of those people that like, she just looked good on camera.
Yeah.
But anyway, that was
Wonder what
that was a
happened to
great
her.
movie.
I haven't seen her in a while.
Didn't she she cameoed in the new Karate Kid?
Oh, she did?
She did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's
But
right.
anyway. Oh yeah. So we're going to have a watch party.
We
Mhm.
are. And because my
Yes.
sister will be in town, she'll just have to sit next to me
Yeah.
and share a
Yay.
yeah.
We can sit right there.
Watch
Yeah.
party.
Yeah.
All right.
can't
I'm very
wait.
excited.
That's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
We
saw
can
that
have
one.
like 80s snacks, like I don't know, like Skittles and
Pop
Doritos.
Did we
Pop
notice?
Rocks.
Did we?
Pop
Oh
Rocks.
yeah, Pop Rocks.
Yeah.
Did we notice what it was streaming on Netflix
I
Prime?
put it in there. Hulu.
You said Hulu.
Oh, it was Hulu. You're right,
Hulu.
because you were asking like, does anybody have Hulu?
I
Exactly.
used to. I haven't watched it lately. I don't know if we still have it or not, but I'll get it. if
I
we
have
don't.
it. I can always sign in.
Oh,
Is there
okay.
anything else in our feed? Is there anything else we put in our chat?
I don't
No, I think
recall.
we've hit all the.
Yeah, we've hit the highlights.
We've hit the highlights.
I've been so busy doing schoolwork that I haven't.
Oh,
been
yeah. How's
thinking
it
about
How
going,
is
Christine?
school? That's
How
I
is
was
school?
yeah.
I know we've had so much to talk about.
Yeah.
Not seeing each other for 2 weeks. That like we.
It's a lot more work than I thought it was going to be, just because I'm getting adjusted to being back in school again. You know, like the whole
Well, I'm sure it's
first
a lot
week.
different because it's all online now.
It is. And the whole first week was learning how to learn. Like it was a lot of figuring out how the whole canvas works and we have to have, instead of when I got my first master's degree, I had a comprehensive exam in front of a board of professors, and it was like a few hours long comprehensive exam along with a written exam. This we just had in an e-portfolio. So it like it's just different.
Right.
You know, and so we had to like make the first part of our e-portfolio and learning all of that. And it's not a very great user-friendly interface.
Mm.
So anyway, so a lot of it was that. And a lot of it is because it's online and they want us to be a community, which I appreciate. I mean, I had to do something with a partner already and she was lovely. But there's a lot of discussion posts and you have to post on each other's posts and who's posting. And it's just
Interactive.
Yeah. And it's forced.
Yes.
It's not like being in class and having a
Right.
discussion. And correct citations is a huge part of this program. And I don't remember that from when I was going through this particular program 22 years ago.
Right.
And so for like one of my first papers that I had to do, it took me 3 hours just to do my reference list. So it's time. It's a lot of time. And it's not that I don't have the time. I do have the time and I'm enjoying it. And now this week we're more into the learning about things piece of it. And it's making me think.
I was just going to say the learning part. Ding.
Right. And I just wish it was more natural than I think I think online learning is not, and I kind of knew that, not necessarily the best for me.
Mm.
It's not, I mean, I'm definitely organized enough for it and self-motivated enough for it. It's not that piece where I know like for some people that's where they struggle, but it's just I need the interactions with the people a little bit more than I'm going to be able to get. But other than that, I mean, the material is fascinating to me.
Oh, good. I'm glad.
So,
well, you'll adjust to it. You'll get used to it.
I will. I mean, it's not. And again, I don't hate it.
Yeah.
It's just
You're
what
you're
it
a
is
people
nowadays.
person. Yeah.
And
well, just like Chat GPT, you prefer humans.
Yeah.
So, which is a good thing. Yeah. So you can help humans once you get your library degree.
Yes. Well, that's what I was talking about with my partner was like, why? Because one of the things was, why did you go into this? And what are your goals and whatever? And we both were kind of like, it's the customer service aspect of some of it. That's cool.
Did you watch that video I sent of John Oliver, the librarian?
Yep. Yeah.
Felt so bad for some of those librarians.
Well, you know, I mean, one of the things actually too that, because we're learning about the history this week
of librarians,
like what I didn't know of librarians and libraries and the whole history of all of it, library science.
Where did libraries start?
Well, I mean, like way back in ancient times when everything started. But what I didn't realize was what a jerk Melville Dewey was.
Oh,
the Dewey Decimal guy.
Yes. Well, they don't even call it that anymore because they don't use his system anymore. Well, they use his system. Some places don't. Some places use the Library of Congress system totally. But
so why
he just was well, first of all, he was a huge racist and anti-Semitic, but he also like harassed all these women that he worked with. But then I was having this conversation with another friend of mine, like, here's this man who changed libraries, right? He developed the first real cataloging system. He developed the American Library Association. He was one of the biggest pushes for library education for librarians, for the whole library science. And through that, gave women these jobs, but then turned around and harassed them and treated them so badly that like their huge Dewey Prize is no longer the Dewey Prize.
Really?
And that's like the Nobel Prize of librarianship.
Because I mean, I wonder when that all came out. Like,
well, it's funny recently? Because they do say like even in his time, because then you always have we'll take it in the context of it's a patriarchal society and what was but then they said even in that time period, what he was doing was outside the bounds of what was okay. He was still a jerk. And so they kind of did realize it, but it's been more and more recently that and fairly recently. But that then gives you the question of how do you these people who have done great things, but then who they are, and how do you separate that? Because you can't deny all that he's done, and look at Thomas Jefferson, all that he did, but this is a man who was a slave owner. And how do you reconcile that? And then that got me into the thinking of all of these like people who are great people in their field. And then, and does sometimes that greatness lead to the narcissism and the whatever that like
other things.
It's fascinating. Like that's the stuff. And so that was a piece of what we were learning this week where I was like, this is what I get into, but I want to have those conversations. And I don't want it to be, well, now I have to like cite 3 sources when I'm writing about this because that's what the assignment is. And so I got to look up some quotes that I don't really even need because I want to just say what I want to say.
Oh, okay.
So that's where I'm struggling with that piece of it. Because, anyway, that's how school is.
Yeah.
But it's got me thinking, and I'm excited
Yeah,
to do it.
obviously
Obviously.
you're thinking a lot. That's
All of a sudden
awesome.
you perked up.
You did. Yeah. You
sat up
perked
straight.
right. You got, yeah.
But that's
just
what
really,
a dork I am. I'm such a dork.
Yeah.
No, it's
It's
a good
good.
thing.
It's
You're a
not.
good dork.
Yeah.
So,
We need more
Awesome
dorks.
dork. Yes, they're underrated.
More nerds.
Completely. More,
So,
100%.
anyway.
The world is
Yeah.
ruled by nerds.
Which,
As it-
speaking
it
of,
should
now
be.
that Jack is home, he and I are playing our daily Scrabble
There
game.
you go.
And I've actually won a few this week.
Oh,
Nice.
wow.
I did lose tonight's, though, pretty
Mhm.
miserably. But yeah, so we do need more nerds. And, if I can meet a nice 50-year-old nerd out there, that would be nice too.
Yeah. Okay.
Or 50
Nerds, if
something
you're
year old.
listening.
2 words for you. Meet bingo.
I'm thinking, like, you know what? I'll go to meet bingo,
Good
and there will
point.
be the like
She's got a
really
point.
creepy guy that's there for the meet,
A little
And-
meat loving.
and that's going to be the one that falls for me. And doesn't sound like the right venue for me. I'm sorry,
But
but if you go to meet bingo,
She can
and there
scope
is
it
somebody
out.
there that you think I could always come by
okay,
since it's local.
this is true. Well, if you win, you yell roadkill. Not,
You do.
That would actually be really fun. That would be really fun. Oh my God. Squirrel.
So are like, instead of like numbers, is it like pork?
I
Squirrel.
don't. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Possum.
Have they
You know
done this
me.
before? I mean, no,
Yes.
you haven't, but that's
It's not the first time that
thing.
that
Okay.
Meat bingo is well established.
exactly.
I do like that the money goes to charity. That's
Yes.
What's the charity?
I'm not sure. See, again, I don't know. They'll let
Future
us know
Farmers of
tomorrow.
America.
Yeah.
I don't know. And I'll find out that this is how how I go into things.
I
don't
love
like
this. This
I-
is why we love you.
I don't like to
but you're
ask
an-
questions.
You're an
I wanna-
adventurer. You
right.
dive right in.
I don't want to
The
know.
more surprises, the better.
Right.
Yes, you have more to talk about.
So I want to see how it
You-
goes.
You don't do your research before
Right.
meat bingo.
Well, there's no, I can't be let down really because there's no
Right. No expectations.
no
It's just-
expectations.
right.
I
Yeah,
just
if you
it
get
is what it
yourself
is.
all psyched up for meat bingo being something it's not, you
Right.
can
I
leave
mean,
disappointed. That's why
What does
you're like,
one wear to meet bingo?
That's a good question because I'll tell you right now, the pants I've got on are giving me issues, and I will not wear these pants. So it won't be they're you know what it is. So like how they put stretch in the jeans now.
yeah.
Okay, so and understandably, I got these at Gabe's. Okay, so they weren't. I think I spent all of $2 on them, but these pants have grown like the Grinch's heart, like 10 whole sizes over the course of the
stretchy
day.
jeans stretch out, yeah,
Right.
because you have to buy your stretchy jeans kind of tight,
So-
like tighter than you want because they do stretch out.
These fit me when I put them on this morning,
Yeah.
and now they're like if I'm afraid to stand up.
Maybe
Right.
you've just lost a lot of weight today.
No, yeah, no. If only, wouldn't that be
But
awesome?
meat bingo will help you put it
Meat
back
bingo,
on.
Right.
all that protein, lean protein.
yeah.
So whatever it is that I'm wearing, it will not be these pants.
Okay.
Okay. All
All
right.
right. Noted.
Although these would be good Thanksgiving pants.
Excellent.
Be good
Yes.
Thanksgiving pants.
Expand as the day goes
yeah,
on.
yeah, and then you're like, I don't feel
I'm fine.
uncomfortable at all. These
Yeah.
are
Let's go
great.
for a run.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well,
So-
I can't wait to hear all about it.
Okay.
That's going to be our
Our
follow-up.
follow
for
up.
next week.
Yes.
It's
Meat
meat
bingo.
bingo. Well, not yet.
Oh,
For next
Yeah,
week.
that's
I can't
next
For
week.
follow
next
up
week,
so
it'll be
many
a
weeks early.
follow-up and a story time with Leslie.
Oh,
All in one.
Yes.
Wow.
There you go.
All right. That should be good.
Excellent. I can't wait to hear.
Did we podcast after Jack's graduation? Because I need to say one thing. I need to
Okay.
give Bucknell a shout out, and I don't think we did
no, we didn't.
No, I guess not.
because we didn't podcast last week.
Nope.
It rained a lot.
Oh, that's right. You were worried about it.
Oh, yeah.
And it did.
Yeah.
It did not disappoint. It
Yeah.
rained a lot.
We've had a lot of rain lately.
We have.
Okay. And they had the candle lighting indoors, which makes sense. Can't have candles when it's raining. But they said they would have the graduation outside unless it was lightning or like whatever. So they had it outside, and this is what of course I love the school, but this is what they did well. They gave everybody ponchos that said Bucknell, and they were all orange. Marketing genius. because all of
Wow.
the pictures, I mean, and those
Oh.
stupid things kept you warm and dry.
Good.
Wow.
So, and they also
That was a
handed
great
out
idea.
coffee and hot chocolate and all sorts of stuff. But I mean, but it did rain. Boy, did it rain.
Who was the keynote speaker? Nobody you know?
So, well, it was a girl that graduated from Bucknell.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay, not like a
I only
household name.
ask because there's been so many controversial
You
keynote
know, she wasn't.
speakers
She
in the
wasn't
last
at
couple
all.
weeks.
Oh,
She
that
was
is
not
true.
at all controversial.
Okay.
She did not say anything about women being in the home or
Or-
whatever. But she.
It was just okay.
Right.
You know.
It was what it was. It is what it is.
Yeah.
It be what
But
it
I
be.
will say their class speaker was excellent.
Oh, good.
She was very good because I mean, this is the class. This is the COVID class. This is the class that graduated high school during COVID and started college at the height of COVID.
Right.
And so they just talk about like we started when we couldn't talk to each other and we couldn't be with each other
Yeah.
and like the resilience and the bonding and all of the things that happened. And so she was very good, which was very nice. And, you know, they had a student in their class who passed away about a month and a half ago. And so they honored him and they, you know, talked about the loss of him because when it's a small
Right.
school, you know.
Mhm.
So there was, I mean, I thought it was very well done. I thought everything, the whole weekend was very well done. Everybody behaved themselves. Everybody got along. It was just very well done. I didn't feel like we were ever like trying to find parking spots. I didn't feel like
Right.
we were ever too crowded. I mean, so even
That's
given
good.
the yucky weather, it was, and their president is kind of on a sabbatical, and the woman who's been like the the interim person, I thought she was great. I thought she was really great. Actually, she'd really be so yeah. So it was very nice.
Oh, good.
And Jack's friends are so lovely. They're just so lovely.
Oh, good.
So
That's
I
awesome.
think I might have been sadder about the whole thing being over than him since
Yeah.
you know.
Well,
was
you
my school.
understand like it's
Well,
moving on. And,
yeah. And it's my school. So
Right.
now for me,
Yes.
it's like, geez,
You
when I
lost
go
that
up there, now
connection.
I don't even have anybody to visit.
Yeah.
Like I would go up there and visit him and like we would do things there. And so we did that Saturday morning before graduation was Sunday, but Saturday morning, he and I did a last run through town and run around through we followed the river and through campus and took pictures at different places that were important to
Oh,
him.
that's neat.
We did
So
that.
what are his plans now?
He's working on it.
Okay.
He's working on it. Almost positive he did not get the one job that he had 3 interviews for. And this is what I don't understand. And this has happened to me too. If you give somebody 2 to 3 interviews and they take the time to interview with you, give them an answer. Even if it's a
Right,
no,
right.
let them know.
Yeah, that's
like,
just
I mean,
not
I had
right.
a few where that happened and I never heard anything back from these
Which
people.
is a
He has not
considerable
heard
amount
back
of
from this
time.
place.
Yeah.
That's not right.
Which is,
No, that's not
it's
right.
just sad, you know, like,
Yeah. Give them some closure and you can
because,
move on.
and he could even say to them like, okay, thank you for letting me know if anything ever happens in the future.
Yeah,
Cause
yeah.
he really was super excited about that
Yeah.
place.
Keep my resume on top.
Right. So, you know, whatever. That is what it is. He applied to a place in Pittsburgh for a chemistry job. They called him yesterday to do a Zoom interview. And then when the time came, they're like, oh, we're running late with some things and we'll get back to you. And he still has never heard back from them.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So, okay, whatever. So he's an interview tomorrow in Alexandria. We'll
Okay.
see how it goes. So
All right.
he's
He's
throwing,
actively-
he's throwing
looking.
darts at
Hey, good.
everything he
That's all you can
can.
do.
He's spending 3 to 4 hours a day in a different, like one day it was on Handshake and one day it was on Indeed and one day it was looking at community colleges. Like he's trying to focus different things. And hopefully if, you know, anything comes up, he's looking for entry level chemistry for the most part. But he's kind of open to a lot of other things at this point too. So we'll see. So that's his thoughts. And then Bryn's going to be down at UVA all summer doing her thing. And we know what Eliza's doing.
Yes.
So, you know, I'll say enjoy. Joey's doing his.
Took a turn, I hear again. I just said that wrong. It's
I'm
late.
so excited. You had us all like,
No.
I think
We didn't get the
Well,
right
we
part.
were again.
Took it down.
Here
Here I go again on my own. It came out backwards. It's the whole dyslexia thing happening.
We did it. You did it though.
I did.
All right.
I just can't hear that song without picturing that video.
Tonic
Of course.
Contain.
Yeah, on the
Yeah, on the
On the
car.
hood of the car.
It's one of the
She-
best
she
videos
re-
ever.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
She remade it when she was older. Did you see that?
I didn't, but
She
I'm
was like-
sure she probably still looks good.
Well, it was funny because she was.
Oh, was she making fun of herself?
Yeah.
Oh.
She was like kind
Good
of
for
a
her.
parody of.
Oh,
her.
I like that. then.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
I
is
mean,
good.
Yeah.
For her. I'll have to look that
Yeah.
up.
You should.
All right.
All right.
Homework.
We're good.
Is it Tiny Contain video?
Tiny Contain video homework.
Excellent.
I don't think Aaron that.
You know,
That's a quick, easy homework.
this is
Yes. Yeah. That I can handle.
true. All right, kids. Thank
All right.
you all for joining us for the latest episode of the Set List of Life. Good night.
Good night.